Welcome to the Arizona Wildcats Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Michael Lev. Michael, UA spring drills are over. It's a long darn time until fall camp starts. My guess is they're not taking 5 months off. Neither are you. What are going to be the big things to focus on during this offseason?
Yeah, well, I think the first thing is the way that Rich Rod set up this schedule. You know, he wanted to start spring earlier to enable them to, A, have more time to recover, and B, to have kind of a cleaner weightlifting cycle. So they're going right into a 5-week lifting program here. Then they'll take some time off in May during finals and that sort of thing. Then they'll have another big weightlifting cycle. So I think he wanted to kind of set things up that way, make things a little bit cleaner for the players, not as many disruptions with their kind of off-season strength and conditioning program. That's one thing. And the other big focus, of course, is going to be recruiting. Big emphasis with the new coaching staff on the defensive side of the ball. How can we get better players in here at Arizona? And another thing about the schedule is it gives them a little bit more time, the coaches, to prepare for the spring evaluation period. So they're going to be out on the road. They're going to be bringing guys in. They're going to try to get some commitments and really start to build up this 2017 class.
To me, that evaluation must also be internal. I mean, given that there's been a rollover of about 50% of your on-field coaches, you've got a lot of fresh eyes watching a lot of young players. How much of that time is going to be spent looking back at tape from spring and saying, okay, can we win with this guy or not?
I think a lot of it's already been done.
Yeah.
You know, I remember Marcel Yates was talking to us recently, and I think he said that he watched every game from last year, maybe more than one time.
Oh, man.
And, you know, that's what you do when you come into a new situation like this. I don't think that Jamal Adai and Vince Amy had to do that nearly as much because they were already here.
Right.
But, the new guys, like Dante Williams and Marcel Yates, they're going to review their players, and they will continue to do that. I'm sure they'll look back at spring and just sort of try to figure out, what do we have here?
Right.
You know? And as much of a mystery as it is to us, I think it's a bit of a mystery to them too. You never really know until you get into those live situations. And Rich Rod's emphasis during spring was on fundamentals and individual drills. They did some scrimmaging, but you can only tell so much from that because you guys aren't going all out. You're not hitting the quarterback really. So I think it's going to be a learning process throughout the offseason and even into the season before they kind of figure out exactly what they have.
Sure. What's the one position battle that you're really thinking about this offseason?
Well, besides quarterback?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know if running back is a battle. Because I
It's a
feel like
competition, though.
it's a competition. Because I think both guys, Orlando Bradford, Nick Wilson, I think they're both going to play. I think the coaching staff likes both of them, and that's a good position to be in. We know that Nick Wilson had trouble staying healthy last season. To me, if you divvy up the workload between the two of them, you have a better chance of getting good production out of both guys.
Sure.
So I don't know if that's really a competition because both guys can play. But that's the one that springs to mind the most.
To me, and you and I had a front row seat there at the very end of the New Mexico Bowl. I mean, we were here to the camera to Orlando Bradford as he pretty much put the team on his back to ice that game. I saw more from him in that quarter of football than I think I saw from him all year. And I'm kind of convinced that he can be an every down back if Nick Wilson, again, is hurt or struggles.
I'm convinced of the same, and I think the coaching staff is as well. I was able to talk to Calvin McGee recently, the running backs coach, and he had some interesting things to say about Orlando Bradford. One of them was when he came in, his blocking was really good. And usually when a big-time running back comes into college, they know how to run.
Right.
What they don't know how to do usually is block or catch passes, and he said his blocking was very advanced. So they have trust in him, they have confidence in him to put him into that situation. I think also that performance in the New Mexico Bowl gave them confidence. He iced the game for them.
Sure, absolutely. Well, Michael, 5 long months, are you going to hit a weightlifting schedule?
I have no weightlifting schedule, though. Is that part of the deal with being on the softball team? Am I supposed to lift weights?
Just a little, you know. Yeah.
I'm moving, so I'll lift boxes.
There we
How about
go.
that?
There we go. That'll do it for this episode of the Arizona Wildcats Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. For Michael Lev, I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.